Film Watcher. I am your host of my own low-quality videos. Follow me and ponder the question, where is my cell phone? Hello there. So the third episode of What If debuted today on Disney+. I watched it, because of course I did, and it was so awesome. Oh man. In my opinion, it was better than last week's episode, but that's just me. What did y'all think? But anyway. So yeah, today I will be giving my own spoiler-filled thoughts on the episode. As always, the title of the episode is not in the title of the video, but just in case you know the drill. So the title of this episode, spoilers if you haven't seen it, is What If the World Lost Its Mightiest Heroes? Why wasn't it What If the Earth Lost Its Mightiest Heroes? Wouldn't that make more sense? I don't know, that's just me. So, with this episode, you have the setup of, it's basically the Avengers, or the assembling of them, except it's not really the right way, because, you know, all of them are being killed off along the way. So, yeah, it's a really cool setup for an episode. It sets up a very intriguing mystery. So, as usual, let's talk about some negative stuff first. Why did they have to bring back Betty Ross from The Incredible Hulk? Just why? I mean, the performance is better. It's not, like, as bad as Liv Tyler was in that movie, but she's still such a boring character. She has zero personality. She barely does anything in this episode. I mean, she does more in this episode than she does in The Incredible Hulk, and she's slightly better, but that's really not setting the bar too high, Marvel. And then I don't get why Bruce Banner looks like Tony Shalhoub. That was a little weird. And then I think sometimes the voice for Black Widow was a little bit off, and then even though she only had one line, the new voice for Captain Marvel was like way off, but I don't know, I didn't mind that much with that, because it was only one line. So, anyway, I love this episode. It was so good. So, let's start from the beginning here. I think most of the time, the new voice for Black Widow, Lake Bell, did a really good job. I think the new voice for Tony Stark, who only had like 2 lines, was also really good. And then, like, right out of the gate, in like the first 2 minutes, the episode just gets going, because, I mean, you have the injection thing that they did with Tony Stark in Iron Man 2. Then he's dead. He just falls over and dies. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh, he's dead. Wow, they're going for it. They bring back a lot of characters from the Avengers and some of the Captain America movies, like Coulson. It was great to see him again. Rumlow, Crossbones, so that was cool. Barton, and Barton doesn't show up for that long, but because he dies. But I really like seeing him again. And then Thor shows up, though Chris Hemsworth's voice does not show up. But it probably wouldn't have worked with the structure of the episode. I don't know. And then, like always with this show, the animation and the action are fantastic. I like how the movie kind of references Thor, The Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man 2. I like how they kind of tied all that stuff together, as in it all happened within 1 week. Like, I didn't know that before. I thought it was really cool to see Bruce Banner again. And this is probably the only time we'll ever get to see Mark Ruffalo in The Incredible Hulk. So, that was cool. And despite the fact that he, for some reason, looks like Tony Shalhoub, he was very cool. And then we get to see Loki. Yes, Loki. I like Loki, and he was great in this episode. Very traditional Loki performance. Thunderbolt Ross appeared as well, so that was neat. And again, the episode sets up this really intriguing mystery throughout it, because you have someone who's just killing off all these potential Avengers very, very quickly. And it's okay, so you have Iron Man, who dies from like a small projectile, as we learn throughout the course of the episode. Barton is killed through some sort of poison, maybe? I don't know, that was a little bit unclear. Thor gets killed because Barton's arrow slipped when he was notching it up there, and it hit Thor, and that was insane. And then Black Widow dies because she was... I don't know why she does, but they never really showed that. And then Hulk explodes. Yeah, Hulk literally, he blows up like a balloon and just splatters Hulk goo all over the place. It is vile, but pretty cool. The episode was really funny. So there's that. And then there was this really, really cool, double action sequence with, Loki and his troops, who's doing the ice box thing. I don't know what it's called. And then, there were the military guys fighting the Hulk and shooting at him. So that was cool. And then at the end of the episode, once all of the Avengers who aren't frozen in ice are dead, Fury goes and finds the thing containing Captain America. So that was cool, and he was like, "Time to wake up, Captain." It's a terrible impression of Samuel L. Jackson. Why do I keep doing these impressions? So you know I'm bad at them. And then Captain Marvel shows up at the end of the episode. And I'm going to say this right now. This is the most excited I've ever been to see Captain Marvel. Because usually I'm never excited to see Captain Marvel. Because I don't like Captain Marvel that much. But here, she works. And she works very well. Because it's only a one-line part. I don't like Captain Marvel. But yeah. The story of this episode was really, really well set up and really well paced throughout. And then we get to the actual twist reveal. Who's behind all this? So we learn from a message from Natasha to Fury that it's all about Hope. And I was like, who is Hope? What is this? I was very confused. And then Fury is also confused, so he goes and he plans to make a deal with Loki, and he's like, it's all about Hope, and he's like, I'm pretty sure he literally makes that expression. It was very funny. Of course, you had Samuel L. Jackson, who's always great in this role, and he goes to this graveyard, and we see the grave of none other than Hope Van Dyne, who we learn died in a mission in Ukraine. And then Hank Pym shows up, except he's in like a Yellow Jacket type costume. It looks like a combination of his Ant-Man suit and the Yellow Jacket suit that Darren Cross wore in the third act of the movie Ant-Man. And Hank Pym Yellow Jacket is way cooler than Darren Cross Yellow Jacket because he's not just an exact replica of Obadiah Stane from Iron Man. So that was really cool. And Hank Pym is insane in this episode. He kills Tony Stark. He kills Thor. He kills Barton. He kills Romanoff. He kills Hulk. He kills all of the Avengers. And he's doing it under the guise of, You betrayed my daughter. You forgot her. It's kind of like, it's sort of like Professor Callahan from Big Hero 6, and I've always enjoyed that character in Big Hero 6. And here, it's kind of the same thing, and I think it makes more sense as to why he is this way, because Hank Pym in the Ant-Man movies was always this kind of jealous, sort of neurotic person. And here all of that is brought out because his daughter is dead, and he thinks that S.H.I.E.L.D. is responsible. And that's debatable because we know from things in the MCU like Winter Soldier and even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that S.H.I.E.L.D. is not exactly the the greatest organization. So, yeah. And then there's this really interesting thing they do where there's these moments of fury when he's talking to Hank where he's acting a little bit out of character, and it's like, wait a minute. He's like, your mother was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent too? And when he says how Hope died, it's like he's reciting a textbook answer, and I was like, what's going on here? And then it's revealed that that it isn't Fury, it's actually Loki, and Loki does this multiplying thing with himself, except it's a bunch of Furies, and then there's this giant Fury in the sky, which was really funny. And then Hank Pym is defeated. This is how you do a villain right. I wouldn't count Hank Pym as an MCU villain from this point on because these are alternate realities, so I wouldn't count it personally, but still, I think he worked really nicely throughout this entire episode. And really, this whole episode was fantastic. I enjoyed it immensely. Personally, it's my favorite episode of the show so far. But honestly, I think the episode 2 with T'Challa Star-Lord is a really close second. So, yeah. What do y'all think of this episode? Comment your thoughts. I hope to continue these week-to-week reviews of these What If episodes. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and keep calm and watch on.